I'm Lauren, I'm currently on the PGCE Music. I've been using the ePortfolio since my second placement, and today I'm going to show you how to use it. So this is the main screen that you get. As you can see, it's not that complicated, it's quite easy, quite simple to use. I'm just going to show you a few bits and bobs. On here you've got your menu options, so on this My Online Mentor you're probably just going to use your My Profile, because that's where your password is, so just in case you lose that, you can change that throughout. Okay, this one's quite important. This is called Knowledge Base, and if you just click in here, you can see that it has the teacher standards on there for you. Okay, so that's just a separate document. It's always good to use that to reference all your PDR reviews, etc. And you can just click on that, so it's always there for you. But on this, underneath, it says what sort of evidence should I be gathering. So it's quite useful in case you want to just make sure you're checking that you're basically getting all this evidence for you. So when it comes to the end of the year and you have to use your portfolio of evidence, you can check that throughout the year you've been meeting these standards and meeting these requirements to pass your course. And also we've got the how-to guide, so this is just in case you ever forget. It's all on here for you in a document as well, so this is how you use the Mentor ePortfolio as well. Okay, so this is the important part. This is your portfolio section, and this is how you add a document to you. So up the top here you've got your entry date. You just either type in the date, or you can also click on it as well. So if I do mine for next week, and then over here can just name any title that I'd like. So week commencing, etc. Okay. So that's just the basic guidelines, just basically naming your document. And now here's the important part. So here's the part that you need to be paying attention to. On here we've got your description. Now your description can basically inform anyone, your mentor, your subject tutor, of what this actual document is, and any observations that you've had during the week. That could also be on there as well. You just upload it, any normal attachment as you wish. You can also use this for any supporting evidence for your document, for your PDR, if you so wish, and it just basically works as a normal uploading anything to a computer. Down here we've got quite important stuff, so as you can see it's all got links to every piece of evidence that you need to provide the university in the final week. So it's quite useful throughout your PDR progress to link the standards of your targets that you've been setting. So for example, if you've got a target that's specifically for standard 1, it's really nice to just link that target in there so that you can see that you've been making sure that you've got targets for every single standard, and you can also see that what you've done most work on to what you've done less work on. So for example, I am quite good with behaviour management, so I don't need to work on that just as much as per se my subject knowledge, which needs a bit of improvement. So that's why you can see there's a lot more in subject knowledge than there is for behaviour, etc. Okay, so it's really good to link those together, and you can always see where you're at with that. And then next down here we've got the sections. Now for your final week you have to provide a portfolio of evidence, and these sections 1 to 5, are the important bits to include. So as you can see they're all labelled there clearly for you. Now we haven't been using ours for anything else other than our PDR, but you can also use this for your PPF as well, so to include any information from your schools from both placement 1 and placement 2. You can link that in there and check that you're meeting all these standards as well. So that's quite a useful tool, and I would suggest that you do that. If I show you one that I've been doing, so you will get a blank form for this that has all the columns that I have on mine, and you will obviously have to fill yours in. Now my targets are very music based, so you'll just have to use yours for whatever subject that you're currently studying. As you can see, I have a target down the side here, but I also have the link to the teacher standards. So I would use these standards to link to my PDR, so I can check that these targets are in there and I am making sure that I'm making progress on those as well. So this is what you have to do to fill it in. And there's also a part for extended reflection on your targets as well, so that could be included within the description. So if I just go back to the original screen and I show you that one, you can see that those targets on here that I've linked are the same standards that are also linked onto my ePortfolio. So that's how I've been using it, and it's been a really useful tool for me to see what I need to work on and what I have been working on. And my mentor also, because your mentor can have access to this. You can have anybody access it of your choice, but you do have to give permission. So I, for example, have given my mentor and my ITT coordinator permission, and also my subject tutor at university can also see this as well. And they're really useful so they can track you as well, and if they've got any concerns they can discuss targets with you, etc. Okay. Now, management documents I haven't really used, but you can use this again if there's any major concerns for you, or you want to make something quite apparent. You can also use management documents to make it a little bit more official. And there's also reports. So, progression report, if it just loads up, your university mentor or your subject tutor, etc., can check what your level is and can check what your knowledge of these current areas are. So these are all the standards broken down into little bits, and they can mark you on a green, amber, or red scale, and they can see what you need to improve on. So, if, for example, if they're quite worried about your planning, they could mark you as a red, explain why, and then that will get sent to you, and you can use that as part of your progress report in later years. So that is basically the ePortfolio. This is nothing to concern you, this is for the university purposes. You guys just need to focus on the portfolio entry, and then once you've done all that, all your documents are down here for you, and you can go back to them whenever you want. You can also edit them whenever you want, so if you think that you need to add a little bit more information to some of them, you can also do that as well. I would use the ePortfolio just because it's much more official. You don't have to print everything off that you do with the paper PDR. You can also go in and edit it and change it, whereas if you used a paper document, it would be a little bit messy and you would have to figure out what your targets were at that precise moment, rather than having the opportunity to think about it and download it, etc. like that. Okay, so that's basically ePortfolio for you. Thank you for listening. Have a great year.